Welcome, I'm the Kaji no Kami, and this is a quickie review of Morgan. So Morgan is the first full-length movie by director Luke Scott, who is the son of master craftsman Ridley Scott. And overall, it's an okay movie. First, I want to talk about the positives. The story is pretty much ex machina. It's about an artificially created girl who caused harm to one of her creators, and now the corporation is testing her to see if she's viable to be worth keeping. Kate Mara is really good in her role. Anya Taylor-Johnson pulls off Morgan, and she does a phenomenal job. She is very believable as this character. You get this sense of isolation when she's in her room and how it affects her. It's really well done. Rose Leslie does a great job with her character too, even though I really was just waiting for her to say to Kate Mara, "You know nothing." Now, the trailers are kind of misleading. They make it look like it's a horror movie, but it's actually a science fiction thriller. At least the first two-thirds are, and the first two-thirds are pretty good. Unfortunately, that's where the movie starts to take a downturn. The last third is terrible. It does a complete tone shift right away. Like, there's a scene, Morgan goes to sleep, and when she wakes up, everything just changes and it becomes a science fiction action movie. The movie falls apart there and it never picks back up. The action scenes are not even well choreographed or well shot. Paul Giamatti's talent is wasted here. He's in one scene which is pretty much just a rip-off of the Turing test opening scene from Blade Runner. It's a complete waste of character for him. Toby Jones doesn't even get to show off his great skills that you can see him doing like Captain America 1 and 2 in The Mist. So he's also pretty lackluster. The rest of the cast, you get this sense that they're all supposed to have this hive mind. They love Morgan because she's their creation. But the way the actors pull it off, it doesn't work because it feels like they are afraid of her, not that they love her. So there's this disconnect between what the movie wants you to believe and how the actors are actually performing the role. There is a lot of build-up. There is great suspense and tension. The music is great in this. It's just that everything pretty much falls flat because of its last third. The movie is pretty much Jason Bourne meets Ex Machina. That's the easiest way to describe it, and you won't know why until you see it. But honestly, I would say wait to rent it. It's not horrible by any means. It's not the worst movie of the year, nowhere near that, but it's a pretty amateurish attempt at doing something old with nothing really to show for the newness to it. Overall, I give Morgan a 7 out of 10. I hope Luke Scott takes the negatives of this movie and does it to excel his career later, because he clearly has talent. You know there's talent here because of where his father is. But right now it just feels like he's banking on his father's name, and that's not the way it should be. So in the end, if you really want to see a movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, I would say go see The Witch instead. She's phenomenal in both, but The Witch is just a much better movie, better structured. It still is kind of weird, and the last third can kind of feel off, but it works. With this movie, not so much. Until next time, bye.